Webinar. Steve's presenting today. I'm going to do that again. Hey guys, thanks for coming in today for the webinar. I'm Rob Mitchell and Steve's presenting today. He's doing a webinar today on exploiting pure order flow with trader traps. Yeah, using the trap trader oscillator. I would like introduce Steve, and I will. But this trap trader oscillator has been with a new version, the advanced version. Has been in development for about 4 years now. And, you know, it's kind of a long story as to how it all came about, but it's been a really interesting and wonderful journey in taking a tool that was working really well for us and refining it down so that you could see things in finer and finer and finer details. So Steve's going to cover some things for that. Steve has been with me for a long time, and I'm really glad to have him as a partner with me. He runs the stock index trading room, and in the beginning, he came to me in my trading room, and it wasn't very long in working with Steve before I understood he wasn't your average ordinary guy, because he was doing things and researching things and really getting down to detail. And the next thing you know, he was showing us stuff. And so that was really cool. But on top of that kind of personality that he has really good traits, Steve is an excellent teacher. And he has a wonderful way of explaining things in a really clear way after having been a teacher for decades and decades. Yeah. And so I really had him, you know, share things that he was doing and just have it come across in a way that I could really understand it. And so without any further delay, I'm going to hand this over to Steve and let him pick up the presentation. Steve, you got it? Are you in here?
Sound check. We good? Can you hear me?
I hope y'all could hear me.
Somebody give me a thumbs up.
Yeah, hey you.
Yeah, hey John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably should have done that. Probably should have done that to start. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Hey everybody. Rob, thanks so much. You know, to be sitting here in business with one of the great.
For a second.
Oh, okay. I think we're good. Hey, Jim. Can you hear me? Somebody give me
It's good to see a lot of
Yep.
familiar names. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Rob, they've got me.
Coming in. Steve, where you at?
I'm in. Hang on.
Send me a message. You in? Okay. He says he's in. Let's hear you, Steve. Oh, shoot, man.
I want you
I'm
to
sorry.
tell him.
I got my speakers turned off. Maybe
I want you to tell them what's going on. Thanks. Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, cool. All right, Steve, I got you introduced. I hope you were there for it. Unfortunately, I turned I had my speakers turned off, so I didn't know you were there. So, okay, guys, Steve, take it away. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And all the friends seeing familiar names like Rob, these are fun because we get to visit with folks that we've developed relationships with down through the years. And anyway, for me to be sitting here as a retired golf professional, to be in a trading business with Rob Mitchell, one of the great traders of our generation, and coders and developers and teachers, is a very humbling experience. So Rob, thanks for everything you do. Obviously, none of this would happen or go on. Quite frankly, we couldn't go on without. Rob does so much behind the scenes for our members. And so when I talk about what we're doing, it's it's not Steve, although, you know, I've gained some knowledge down through the years, but it's a team effort. We've got some great members and Rob and some other people. So anyway, with that being said, let's get started. If you are if you've never been to one of my presentations, I'm going to read maybe 8 or 10 minutes, hopefully not more than that, to you. And then we're going to look at some charts, some slides and some charts and some things, and we'll be done. I'm not going to overteach this. If this makes sense, if you get it, you'll get lots and lots of teaching in the room. That's what I've done for a long period of time. Teach professional golfers, which is so much like trading. It's almost exactly like trading, the emotional and psychological part. And, you know, if you look at this and go, oh, that's great, you know, but that's not for me. We get that. We totally understand that. And, but I'm not going to spend a ton of time over teaching what we're doing here. So we're going to be kind of brief as we go through this. If you've never read that, please do. And we'll go forward. There I am. That's actually at St. Thomas. A bunch of us went. I think you know that you can trade from anywhere, right? You understand that successful traders can go anywhere and work for a short period of time. So anyway, this is the most important slide that it's the most important slide I'm going to share. Okay. And here's why. Most of you have never met me personally. Even some people that have been in a room from the beginning, founding members, you've never met me. Why should you listen to me? Why would you consider putting your belief with a stranger if you don't know a little bit about me? So quickly, Golf Professional PGA of America membership. I finished in the top 5% of my class in business schools. This was a long, long time ago. They do it a little bit different now, but it's a 3 to 5 year period. And I'm the only person in the 300 plus candidates that went through school 1 and school 2 when I did to earn this. Only one. Now, I say that I'm not smarter than anybody else. I just work hard. It was important to me to do well, and it still is. So that might be a trader characteristic you would want to have with somebody trying to help you out. Teacher of the Year 3 times. That again is just hard work, knowing what you're doing. Master Instructor certification from the Golf Institute. Now you golfers can look that up. That's Homer Kelly's program, and it's a good one. And I was licensed sports psychologist. I've let my certification lapse, but this is the most important thing that I can bring to the table. I can't outthink Rob when it comes to the markets, but I can take his stuff and teach our members how to train themselves to deal with the uncertainty in trading. And it's working really well. So with that in mind, that's who I am. Exploiting pure order flow with trader traps. This is the most singular concept or idea that dominates markets, all the time. A great mentor of mine, I would tell you the name, but this is commercial and I don't have permission, you would recognize the name, told me educators take a very simple idea and make it complex. Teachers take a very complex idea and make it simple. I'm a teacher. We're going to show you some stuff that looks simple, even benign on the surface. Part of that's because of Rob's brilliance in coding. But understand, this is more complex than most of us or probably any of us can understand. Rob's trading mind is spectacular, but he's coded and we've developed systems to where this is just not very hard to do. Not very hard to do. Okay, so experience has taught me that most traders want to take a singularly simple idea of trading and make it so complex and complicated it's impossible to execute on a reliable, consistent basis. I'm going to share with you today the most simple, basic trading idea that dominates all market action every day, many times a day in every market on an intraday or day trading basis. This is the only thing we're going to talk about. I'm going to do a one idea approach. We're going to show you some new stuff we're using to take advantage of that. I'm going to show you a couple of signals our members are trading, and that'll be it. Now, this simple, straightforward approach has been made possible by the brilliance of Rob and the way he has developed the indicators that read market intervals on a very local, basis, reading market mapping, support and resistance, structure, momentum. We're going to use all these words as we go through this, but this is already built into the system. So you don't have to take what we do and reinvent the wheel unless you want to. This is already built in at a very sophisticated level for everything we do. So when I show you what we do, you'll go, well, it can't be any good. It's too simple. Please dismiss that thought. Okay. Repeatable and dependable. Those are words we use in the room all the time. Consistent. Again, benign on the surface, but applying these on a consistent basis that traders understand the true power behind the markets. I had a member this morning in the room share, been trading a few months, not long with us. I said, I finally get it. And it was only by applying it was I able to trust it. See, we want to trust before we use it. And then, of course, that doesn't work. Okay. Trader traps. Why do markets trap? That's important. If they do, the skeptics are going, I'm not sure they trap. They do. If they do, why? And see if this makes sense. Markets must have new orders to move. Without new orders, without buy and sell orders flowing into the market, in and out of the market all the time, the market stagnates. Okay, it's the singular most important concept in trading any market on any time frame. Okay, that's two things today that are just so very basic in trading. This is one. Okay, new orders have got to come into the market, and they have to continue to move for the market to move. Now, unfortunately, most all-day traders in a market at the wrong time and on the wrong side of the market. Have you ever done that? Have you ever feel like you're the one that puts the top or the bottom in a market by getting on the wrong side? We've all done that. Everybody's done that. We want you to not do that anymore. Okay. And we're going to show you how we don't do that anymore. These new weak-handed entries into the market afford the opportunity for success to the traders that understand this and have a proven method to exploit this. This happens many, many times a day, and we're going to show you how we in the room exploit this. Simply stated, market moving against unknowing traders that come into the market on the wrong side at the wrong time, and in moving against these traders to squeeze them out with a loss that drives price action on an ongoing basis. This is the thing that makes the market move. Okay, unknowing traders, anxious traders, desperate traders, pick an adjective, any of them will work, coming into the market wrong time. The cool hand Luke traders understand that, squeeze them out, and that gives fuel to make the market move in a direction. And then, the other people have to jump on and they drive it. We're going to show you again how you can get on the right side of this squeezing most of the time. We position ourselves in our room to take advantage of this squeezing and trapping several to many times a day, depending on the market action, market structure. Smart Trap Trader Oscillator from the very beginning, before I knew who Rob was, but before I came to the room, somebody told me about, actually my brother told me about a site where I could look at charts, and I started looking, started laughing, and I said, we're going to have a lot of fun. I've never coded an indicator, but I could tell by looking that patterns repeat, and he had some spectacular patterns on Trap Trader Oscillator. So I fell in love with it from day one. Rob understood the overwhelming advantage that we get if we're able to find areas of the market where there are most likely an excess of new money in the market exposed to the incorrect side of structure and momentum. That's a mouthful. But basically, what we're going to show you is how we find areas every day, over and over, where momentum or structure is screaming one thing, and we get an abundance of orders against that. Over 90% of the time, those new orders get squeezed out and the trade moves in our favor. Okay. historic win rate. So in order to capitalize on this natural order of trapping in the market, Rob spent years developing and in 4 years refining our order flow indicator, Smart Trap Trader Oscillator. So we've got one more piece of that. Like Rob said, we've been using TTO for years with great success. And I'm very open-minded, but not gullible. So when I saw, hey, we've got some new ideas, I know Rob's brilliant, and I said, okay, show me. And it took me several weeks, but finally it was like, oh my, this is spectacular. So here's what we've added to it. To complete the holy grail of finding traps and taking advantage of it is to find areas where structure or momentum is heavily stacked in one direction and there's an excess orders flowing in the market against this. That loses 90% of the time. New orders against momentum or new orders against support and resistance. This loses almost all the time. And we take our positions to exploit this weak new money coming into the market time and time again, each and every day. In the way we do that, we have something called delta pressure bars. Now, this is not an options delta. Okay, this is not the difference between the strike price and cash price and whatever. Basically, what this does is it reads the ratio between buying and selling orders in a visual bar. And if you've seen our weekly recaps, you've seen them. You'll see these in a minute. We have a visual representation of order flow within every price bar. Now, that in and of itself is worthwhile, but not spectacular. But when Trap Trader Oscillator is telling us, yeah, momentum order flow is going one way, and we've got a lot of new orders coming in against that. There's the trap that's getting ready to be strung against that new money. New money is the easiest money to blow out, by the way, easiest money to shake loose. And we're seeing that on a visual basis, and we're getting in front of that. And so we get to be the squeezee and not the squeezor. So it's a visual representation of excessive selling or buying inside a price bar. So when we add this to Trap Trader Oscillator, we now can find exact areas where traders are likely to be incorrectly positioned. When the market squeezes those folks, we're correctly positioned to go with the cool hand loot traders. We're going to be the squeezee. Okay, we're always in the room. We're always looking for momentum, structure, support and resistance, and trader traps that occur over and over and over. Okay, I think two more slides, and then we're going to look at some charts. We're going to be done. I'm going to show you two market entries that we use every day, or we show every day in our room, and we teach this. I teach this on an ongoing basis for 2 hours every day. So there's no, I put the onus on you. I take the responsibility from us to you. It won't be from lack of knowing how this works for you to be able to take advantage of it. We have two, one I call the rocket, and I'll show you what that is in a minute and why. And basically it's a Trap Trader Oscillator. We have a midline or a 50X line. And when the market hooks, I'll show you the power. That's one of the most powerful things I've ever seen in trading. And then our pressure bar exceeds, we have orders coming the wrong way against this momentum order flow. It's really, really sweet. It's a lot of fun. Okay, I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Real simple to see. Pivot retag. And in theory, this is a perfect microstructure to trade. In application, it's almost perfect. It's really, really close. And This trade has turned into be a most exceptional trade for us, and I'll show you a recap. It has a rocket attached to the right side. Now, again, I'll show you what a rocket is. And now the reason, and I'll show you in a minute, why do you have these goofy, corny names? My mind works that way, one. And two, I'll explain to you. It'll make more sense in a minute. So we've got many more entries. You've seen things that work. Things that we did 5 years ago that work, still work with TTO. We probably show you 20 or 25 patterns that you could benefit with in that. Most of our members settle on a couple that they really like, they believe they can trust and manage and meets their needs, because your needs and goals are different from everybody else. So you shouldn't be trading the exact same thing they do. Some of this you'll be able to see immediately, others you'll have to work. So whatever your belief is, whatever your trading belief is, whatever I want to scalp for a few ticks. I want to hold for long runs. I want a standard deviation statistical probability to know over 5,000 trades what's the most advantageous to do. We tell you all of that in the room all the time. Now, let's talk about this for a second, and then it's time to look at charts, okay? Given normality in the market, price will always follow order flow. That's the other thing you should write down. Markets trap all the time in order to move. Orders have to come in and markets have to trap to get it to move. And price will always follow order flow given normality in the market. Okay, occasionally it'll get a little unsettled, and that's when most people get hurt. Okay, but being able to position ourselves in front of order flow before a breakout allows us to be on the correct side of future market. And that's all Trap Trader Oscillator does. It shows us where order flow is going before it goes and gives us time to get positioned to take advantage of upcoming moves on a statistically consistent beneficial basis. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to pull over a chart. And this is live. This is, I said, a live chart. This is actually, this is from yesterday, if you don't mind. Somebody asked about today. We did all right. The Fed had a monetary policy announcement at 2 o'clock. That is everything to the market. That happens about 8 times a year. So we trade 238 days a year. 8 days, we have days like this. 230 days, we don't. So, you know, there's just some easier things to teach from here today. Today was a bit unsettled, but nevertheless, we had some really nice stuff, and I may show you a couple in a minute. But anyway, the market is opened, or it's opening in here. It's almost opened in here, and we're looking at the center indicator, Trap Trader Oscillator. Okay, so basically, what you'll see is when it gets above the midpoint line, the markets tend to go up. It comes down, the market tends to go down, and we had some follow through, and it did. Here it didn't. Here it was spectacular. Here it went up and came back down. We call that a hook. Okay. Here it didn't. So just trading that, you can look when the market runs should be great. When it doesn't, you know, you sort of suffer a little bit, and we don't want you to suffer, and we want to do a better job than that. So what we're going to look for as we let Trap Trader Oscillator tell us order flow is simply this. We want the market, we want Trap Trader Oscillator to exceed the midpoint line. Okay. Then we want it to reverse back. Order flow will be down as we read it. 90% of the time it will be down until TTO gets back above this white line. So every member in the stock index trading room would tell you this has a statistically proven 90% reliability of continuing down, because order flow is down. Okay, order flow is down. Real simple. This represents a whole lot of people fixing to get smashed. These people are fixing to get bamboozled because momentum is still down. Momentum is down. So this is the rocket. This is a TTO midline hook. It goes up and takes off again. It can exceed this a bit and come down. It's just as good. But what we need to complete the trap, the trader trap, is simply all of this new money, and we've all been that new money, being wrong. So momentum's down. All of this is fixing to get squeezed out. Oop, oop, oop. Each one of these bars is a full point. Okay, 4 ticks inside this, 8 ticks inside this. Oop, oop. Huh. Surely it couldn't do it 2 times in a row. Everybody see TTO comes down, comes up, hooks. All of these people, 90% of the time, are getting ready to get what? Anybody? Everybody? Bamboozle or whatever word you want to use. Now this was yesterday. This was actually this is an old signal that we've used. We got, I don't know exactly where, probably got involved. Probably this was our first signal. Huh. So we go way up and we come down. This tells me momentum is still down, and I'll show you where we read momentum up. Here's another. Too many people on the wrong side. See, I call this a rocket because that looks like the exhaust fumes coming out of my rocket to drive me down to profit. Okay, we go up and we fire down. We're still in a down. Again, I'll show you in a minute, and then we'll be through with this. I'll show you a couple of signals. We like this. This is something we're working on. This signal right here, we like for a reversal if you like to fade the market. So, whoops, I went one too far. I apologize. So, trap trader oscillator now has gone up and it's come down and it hooked up. Okay, this is a hook. Now, we don't have the rocket. All right. Doesn't seem to matter here. Here we've hooked and going back up. So we go up and we hook and we're up, we're up, we're up. Deep run, we're up. Okay, so all of this would be up until we get trap trader oscillator coming below our 50 line, hooking back through and going down. That changes the cycling down. Right here changes the cycling down. Y'all see that? We're going down, down, down. We get up, we hook up. We're going up, up, up. We go down, we hook down. And that's all there is to it. That's it. It's that simple. That order flow, as read by trap trader oscillator, as it hooks under the 50x or the midpoint line, is incredible. And then when, you know, we get these poor people in here fixing to get slaughtered. Boom, and away we go. Thanks, Don. Okay, here's another one. Let me get tired of looking at them. Maybe again, 3 points. we got an entry here, whatever. Anyway, that's enough for the live chart. Let me pull this out of the way. And I've got a couple of days. We call this, it's a TTO 550X or midline hook with a pressure bar exceeding out the TTO. Oh, wait, it's gone. Oh, wait, it's gone. Wait, I can't get the title out, so we call it a rocket. Colorful means we're going to trade with smart price band. When it turns cyan, reversal up, reversal up, reversal up, reversal up, reversal up, reversal up. When it's red, reversal down, down. Big reset down. So it's pretty good to follow that. And in here, we go up, we come down and we hook, just like we've been showing you. We enter 5 points. We hook 3, whatever you want to trade it for. Trade it for your maximum benefit. We talk about reward risk and all those things in the room. Okay. TTO hook with pressure bar rocket in alignment with smart price band, aka colorful rocket. So I can try to spit this out as the market's running around and go, hey team, we got a colorful rocket right here. Okay, we got one right here. Actually, I'm going to show you this in a minute. This is a really good signal. Rob, this is a really good signal. I've not shared the details of this with Rob, but anyway, so smart price band's red, we go down, we hook down, boom, we hook down, little winner, little winner, little winner. This was yesterday. I've got Monday and Tuesday because I didn't have time to do today's charts. So that's what we call colorful rocket. Yeah, it is a 112. It's just a pivot retag. It's a pivot retag with a rocket is what it is, and I've got that one marked up. So here's our trade markers, and I've got divide this by 3. It's about 100. 230, 83. There's about 100 signals in this. Divide this, the combination of this, by 3 because I've got some people want to hold for 1. Well, that works well. Some people want to hold for 2 points, 8 ticks. That works well. Some people want to hold this one because it's from the middle of TTO. The longevity of it over thousands of trades isn't as robust as what I'm getting ready to show you in a minute. Very nice signal, very nice trade. And our members can tell you if you trade for 8 ticks, once it goes 6, if you put a stop you move your stop to +2, you increase profitability by about 30%, and this is over a year. We call that 6-2. We would just check that box and it would be 6-2. And if 72 goes to 88 or 89, you know, the edge goes to the mid-20s. Just a really spectacular signal when we go to 6-2. Now, 8 ticks, some people say, why do you hold it so long? And some people say, why do you get out so soon? This is why we tell you, fit it to your needs. You know, what are you looking for? That's what we specialize in the room. The industry has sold too many people on an idea that everybody should trade the same. And we don't believe that at all. So pretty good results here. Profit fired to $96 expectancy, 213% more likely to be profitable than non-profitable trading this way. And again, every time it prints win, lose, or draw, you would expect $96 into your account just for taking the signal. I always thought that was cool. Once I realized that, I went, so it really doesn't matter. But that's a horse of a different color. All right, so that was the colorful rocket. Now I've got a pivot retag with a rocket on the right side, okay? We have 4 different levels of pivot retag, and that doesn't matter. If you come to the room, we'll teach you. If you don't, you won't need to know it. But here's a pivot retag. We call this a level 4. It's a 4-tick trap. Trap trader oscillator has given us type 1 divergence against this. with a colorful rocket over here. This signal is mid 90s to head your way. Mid 90s. In fact, all of these added together are mid 90s. We call this a level 3. It's a local double top. We have tremendous type 1 divergence with trap trader oscillator, and you can see how far trap trader oscillator is away from the midpoint line. It just simply means it's not, I can't say it's not going up, so I won't, but you know, if we're getting a reversal this far away, I mean, normally it reverses up here. If it's reversing down here, the order flow in this is so strong down, all of these people are fixing to get whammed. And, you know, we're the whammer now. Here's a typical pivot retag. We get a new extreme. These are new extremes, local. See, we're going up, make a new high. We're going up, fail. We're going up, new high. Pivot retag, 112, with a rocket on the right side. And away we go. Okay, so that was Monday. I've got, this is what trade markers look like when you put it on. This was Tuesday. Here we have a new low. We have a strong Batman. There's a lot of good stuff in this structure to trade up. But here we have pivot retag, a double rocket. Actually, we have one here and one here. I hope y'all realize by now what's going to happen here. When we see these in a room, we start laughing. We start laughing. Whew. Okay, we're going down, bam, going down, bam, pivot, new pivot, up, down, retag. Look at that. Look, team. You know by now, we've not done this but 30 minutes or so, but you already know. Trap trader oscillators, I mean, order flow's not down here, y'all. And all these people are fixing to get squeezed to our benefit. Okay? So, drum roll, please. Here is the recap for this one. And I've scrubbed this chart. I've sanitized this chart. I've looked at this 8 or 10 times because it was like, is that really true? And it is really true. These numbers are valid. And one of the things I want to point out is we've moved our stop from 15 to 11 ticks with the pressure bars. 15 to 11 ticks. And I'm sorry, hang on a half sec, team. I'm working on a chart for you. I've changed my mind about something. 11 ticks, 4%, 4 out of 100 don't go 4 ticks in your favor. 96 do. So if you're trading in a 2-point area, you certainly would follow it by 11 or whatever. And so only 4% of your losers are more than 7 ticks. So we've got a scenario where if you're going for 2 points, your average win's going to be 8. It's going to be 8 ticks. Your average loss is going to be less than 7, and you're going to hit it 85% of the time. The expectancy, every time one of these prints, some of our members are enjoying that, win, lose, or draw. And we are 600+% more likely to profit than to not profit from trading this scenario. And this was 3 weeks or so. This is, yeah, it's large enough sample size. It's a large enough sample size. Okay. So I'm going to do one more thing. I'm sorry. No. Okay. I want somebody to tell me which way this goes going. One of the, yeah, it's very kind. One of the guests. Okay, trap trader oscillator goes down and it comes up and it bounces off the midpoint line and it goes down with all of these people on the wrong side. Somebody tell me which way is that's going. Yeah. Really? Let's see. I think so. I think you're right. Where's my law? How far down do you want to go? That's right here. We fire down, we come up, we hook under. This is called the non-cycling Batman with a rocket on the right side. Which way is that one going to go? Hey, Ivor, how are you doing? Which way is that one going? TTO is under. It's not cycled. It cycled up here. That's obvious. That's going up. That's just screaming, take me, pick me. And then we get to this, and this is saying we go down, we come up, order flow, momentum, structure, everything is saying down, and we've got all of these people on the wrong side. That's going that way. That's it. That's what we do. So I said I wasn't going to overteach. I hope I didn't. I did. Here's the thing. I want you to understand it enough to make to be able to make an informed decision about your trading, and if this can benefit, we'll teach you how to do it. We'll teach you how to do it. And now people go, what, Rob, I'm through. People go, what now? If this makes sense, you know, look us up. Go to our website, stockindextradingroom.com. Get some more information. If you have questions, support at stockindextradingroom.com. And we'll get on those. You're very kind, Gus. Rob?
Steve.
Yeah, we give it back to you.
Back to me. Hey guys, thanks for coming in, letting Steve show you some techniques we're doing on the new Trap Trader Oscillator Advanced. Those of you that have known me for a while, you know, like I said, 4 years in development for this tool. And this tool is doing things within NinjaTrader that most people just wouldn't imagine because of the way that we're able to use the data in NinjaTrader. So it's using its full capabilities. Yeah, it really is. And so, this, I think this is best. How about guys, you know, show your hand. This is probably the best webinar I've ever seen Steve do. Just on the basis, I mean, not that because like the one that he did, the last one he did was really, really good. I was just telling him after he did it, I was like, wow. But this is so utterly clear. I told you, is Steve a good teacher? I told you. You guys, you don't have to listen to me. Steve's a good teacher, and he just made something that could be very complicated extremely simple. He could have, like me, shown you 27 other things, but he didn't because you don't need to know. Now, part of the approach that we do with these things, guys, is to take one simple thing that stands on its own. Yeah, what are we doing here? We're taking order flow with pivot retags or with the smart price band, which those in themselves add between 70, their bays adding to the tune of about 70 to 85% pivot retags. And then you throw the order flow in with it and you get what we call probability stacking. Those are only two things required to get these high numbers that Steve is showing you. There's no accident that that's happening. The things that are on these charts are highly intentional and very intentionally designed and based on principles that we know that works. Yeah. So that being said, yeah, simplicity is best. And we've gotten a lot better at that over the years. Yeah. We've gotten a lot better at that over the years. I've been doing this for coming up on 8 years now. Yeah. So hours of trading room are 9:30 Eastern, just before 9:30 Eastern. Yeah, they're Steve's got the hours in there for you. Yeah, Rashid. Any other questions before we take off, guys? Any other questions? Cool. Well, hey guys, again, thanks for coming in and giving us the opportunity to share with you a little bit about what we do. Yeah. As you can see, Steve's great teacher, trading room. Join up there, use coupon code, I think special member. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Gust, key in the coupon code, special member, and it should give you a nice discount. Yeah, should give you a nice discount on the website. And that's stockindextradingroom.com. Yeah. All right, guys, that's what we got for you on this one. Again, hey, Steve. Yeah, I think it's special member. Pretty sure. Yeah. Thanks for coming in again, guys, and we'll see you again on the next one. Thanks for giving us the opportunity to share. Bye-bye.